off surgery and rehab and try to be ready and available for you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the toughest guys we've ever been around, and obviously says a lot about how he cares about his teammates, who he is as a teammate, and he's in pain. That he's just going to do whatever he needs to do to get himself ready to play, and that's for his teammates. So it just speaks of his toughness and his desire to connect and how much all his teammates mean to him.
What does it say that this team does struggle without him in the lineup? At least the last 14 games, I think you've won 3 of those without him in the lineup. I mean, what does that say about them?
Last 14. So how many were? Talk to me about that stat.
Well, as far as
sorry, because he missed what 2 or 3 last year. 3, and then before that, I wasn't even here, so I have no idea about that. Before that, obviously, he's a tremendous player, and every team's different. It's the same thing, I think, that I always answer was like, well, what does it mean more coming off of this game? Every team's different, every situation's different. Like someone said something to me, and going to Arizona, like, we haven't won here since 2001. I'm like, what the hell does that mean to me, right? Or what does that mean to this team or anything like that? And so, I guess what I'm saying is this is a completely different team. Obviously, the reason there are some of those things is because of how tremendous of a football player he is. But every team's different. Every game's different in that matter. We try not to get too wrapped up into that as far as, did you say 14? 14. But, obviously, he will be missed because of how good he is. To me, you've heard me say it, like Lane's the best tackle in the NFL. And I said tackle. I didn't say right tackle. I said he's the best tackle in the NFL. So obviously, anytime you're missing one of your best players on the team, that's going to affect you. But we do have a lot of confidence in the guys, that will be backing him up. And we have a lot of good options in that as well.
Where does Jalen Hurts stand right now?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll continue to see how he progresses throughout the week. Does he have a chance? Of course he does, because his body heals. His body just knows how to heal. He's a freak, and so we'll see what happens as the week progresses.
But where does he stand as opposed to last week when he didn't practice?
Yeah, I don't like
before practice?
You were saying like percentage wise, or I don't know how to answer that question. He's feeling good. Yeah, obviously if his body heals, I guess what I'm saying is if his body heals like quickly, which I'm seeing that it does, he's better than he was last week at this time because it's 7 days later. Does that help you? Sorry. All right. I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm just
Nick, what is this
trying to answer your question.
Body heal stuff? Is he like a superhero or something? Like, what is this? How does his body heal differently from everybody else?
If you and him went up and you guys shot baskets together, he'd whoop you. If you guys went out and you guys raced against each other, he'd whoop you. If you guys went out and tried to throw the football, see who was to throw it more accurate or further, he'd whoop you. And so his body heals faster than yours.
Will he be in the walkthrough today?
And he's younger than you, a lot of different, like younger than you. He eats probably better than you. And I'm just singling you out because you answered the question, but that's all of us in this room.
Will he be at the walkthrough?
CJ's feeling better, and it's just good to be him around and everything. We'll see where we are with that. But I know he's feeling better. I know he's on the road to recovery, and it'll be good to get him back when he's able to get back.
Will Jalen be at the walkthrough today? Be able to participate?
Still sorting through that. We don't have to make that decision quite yet, and just whatever's best for him to let his body heal faster than other people. We'll do what we need to do to help him be there. As far as what's best for him, and so that's still a decision we're making. We'll see.
Is this in the short term, Nick?
I get you, Rube. I get you.
Jack, it's sort of Jack's natural position, what he's most comfortable with. Is it just as simple as that? Short term?
Merrill, you're late. Say again.
Is it just as simple as Jack in the short term at least, because that's his
I'm not
natural
going to give you
position.
that answer. If I give you that answer, then I give the Saints that answer, and I want them to have to prepare for all the different options that could possibly happen. We have a lot of different options that could happen because you got Andre, you got Jack, you can move Jordan. So there's a lot of different options. That's a great thing to have options because now that guy playing the right side, our right side defensive end, their left side defensive end has to prepare for different guys. So it's good to have options. Let's say that.
How much of a conversation is there? I mean, I assume this isn't just Lane's decision. How much do the medical people come into play? Look, he can't make it worse. He can't do permanent damage or further damage.
Yeah, good question, Rube. Like everything's like our guy. We got such guys that are so tough, and it's a combination of what John asked me. It's a combination of being tough and then just also not wanting to let anybody down, knowing how much so they're gonna and same with Jalen, like right, same with all these guys. They're gonna want to play through things that they might not be able to play. Like we're not doctors, they're not doctors, right? We have doctors, we have trainers, we have strength and conditioning staff. So it's all those come into play, right? It's what Lane's telling us, how he feels, what the doctors are telling us, how what could be worse. If could it be worse? Could it be can they make it worse? All those different things are taken into play, and then my decision, really, Howie, myself. And the doctors have to decide what's best for the player and all, like, because listen, of course we want Lane to play. Of course we want Jalen to play, but that I'll never do that in sacrifice of the player's health, right? And yes, it's good for the team, but again never in for the player's health. Like that's why I thought it was kind of like cool what happened with the Dolphins, right? I don't know if I'm allowed to comment on it, but they care about. Like it's very clear that Mike McDaniel cares deeply about Tua's health, and that's cool, and that's how we are. It's first about making sure that our players are healthy, and that doesn't happen unless you're connected with your guys, like and because if they were just guys to you, then you'd be like, yeah, get him, can you play? Go. When you're connected to them, you deeply care about their health and what they and their well-being.
So is it? Can I just follow up? Can I just follow up real quick? So, is it safe to say that decision for Lane to play whenever you guys do open in the playoffs hasn't been made yet?
Yeah, because you just never know what's gonna happen. Like again, we don't ever put a timetable on anybody, and so we'll see where we're at when we're there.
So what are the doctors and trainers saying about the risk of
Yeah,
further
I'm not
of
gonna
an
get into that
abdominal
with you,
tear and
Tim.
how effective he can be when he's in the lineup?
Yeah, I won't get into all that with you as far as what conversations are having in the again, what I will tell you is, like I kind of always say with injuries, I'll always keep the private conversations private, things like that, in-house, and then when he's ready to play, his body's ready to play, he'll be out there playing.
Some of the crazy catches that Devontae's been making, along the sidelines or going up and getting him. In your, mental memory of all these receivers that you've been around, is there anybody reminds you of or anything like that?
No, he's very unique. Man, that catch he made on the sideline, he can just turn his body better than you and I can turn our bodies. I'm sorry to keep going back to that. Like
You have not
it's
seen me turn my body.
it's pretty remarkable what he was doing. Like with that catch he made. First of all, it was a great throw by Gardner to put it on that sideline, and he got his feet in bounds. Like it's remarkable what he can do with that catch he made over the middle. Like, and they're all different styles of catches, right? So he jumps out of the gym to say, right, to turns his body to catch that one in the 2-minute drill. And then on the sideline on the other one, he torques his body a different way and gets his feet inbound. So he has a sideline catch. He has one that's unbelievable where he jumps up and makes this unbelievable catch. And then he has one where he catches it knowing that the corner and the safety are going to crush him. And he makes that catch too. So it happened. What's so amazing about it is like he's doing it in all these different ways. He made some unbelievable catches, and he continues to do so throughout the year and throughout the last 2 years we've been there. And I know he did. It's not anything new because he's doing that at Alabama as well.
We've seen a
Kind
spike in
of
his.
along.
Like along the sideline?
Yeah,
Is that teachable or is that just all?
You rep it and you try to put him in a position where you're dragging your feet or being very aware of your feet on the sideline. You do as much as you possibly can, but then there's definitely a big part of is instinct, right? And where he knows where he is, he knows how to feel that. And the other thing that you don't even talk about, that people won't talk about, is that he catches it, boom, and then how many times have we seen a receiver fall to the ground like this and the ball pops out, right? He is that one on the sideline. Not only does he know where his feet are, not only does he turn his body in this freaky way, but he also gets to his back where the ball won't pop out. Which again, are all things that you teach, but you got to go out and do it. And so there's a ton of instincts, and like that's what I've always admired about Devontae, is how instinctive of a football player he is, how high his football IQ are, all those different things.
So along those lines, like what kind of makes Devontae and AJ such a good tandem? I mean, beyond their individual talent, obviously, but just the way they work.
When you have two guys, I think what's really unique. I mean, I don't think I've ever been a part of a team where two guys have 1,000 yards. But what makes them unique is it's just hard to take one away, right? And so not everybody has two corners, or not everybody will say I'm going to match this guy here, or not everybody has in their scheme to roll. Like they're just hard to take away, because sometimes you can attempt to take a guy away. But like when you have two of them, okay, you're taking that guy away, you can work here, right? And then really we have three, in the sense of we have Dallas as well, that are very unique guys.
As far as turnovers, it's something you highlight and drill each week. So how do you respond to 7 turnovers in 2 games?
Yeah. First of all, you're pissed, right? You're pissed because it always starts of, hey, with us as coaches, we're always going to look at ourselves first, 100% of the time. And so we're going to make some adjustments of how we drill it. We did this same thing after the Washington game. We were drilling it a certain way, and we drilled it a little, and we added a little more reps to how we drilled it. And we're going to do the same thing this time. What was the issue? You always look at what the issue was, and then how can you fix it as a coach? And it's always twofold. What can you do to help put them in better positions, and what fundamentals can you teach them to help them be better at that? And so we'll go out there today and have a little different tweak to what we're doing, a little extra and a little different tweak to put the guys in a better spot. But I think it's what it shows you is like this is a lot of parity in this game. It's a hard game, and you're playing a good offense like we were playing on Saturday. You can't give them the ball on in a short field, because they can make you pay. And so again, I give the Cowboys credit. I give the teams that are able to force us into turnovers credit, because they're forcing them too. But we just got to be better at coaching, and then we got to go out and execute the little bit of different fundamentals and the additional work that we're doing.
Nick,
2 more, and the locker room's open.
On sort of a micro level to that turnovers, Miles was pretty upset when he put that one on the ground. He had such success, 13 games, and then 2 in a row. Do you have to handle that differently, or how do you approach that?
Yeah, every player you talk to, you handle them differently, because they're all different. They're all unique in their own way, right? And so you always that's the real big importance. That's what I was always taught as a coach, is that one of the biggest importance of another reason why you connect, besides why you got into the business, is so you know how to treat each player, right? Because not every, if I treat you different than I treat that, it's different. You guys are different, right? Now you guys always sit next to each other right there, but you guys are different, and all the players are different. So every player in that scenario, in a scenario like that, first of all, we're all going to want things back, right? We all understand that too. I want plays back. I know the players are going to want plays back, and so you understand that. And then it's really about getting. The only thing that matters at the end of the day is that you get better from it. Two things: that you get better from it, and and the player knows that you believe in them still. And obviously Miles has had a tremendous year. He's done unbelievable things this year, career year for him. We sure as hell still believe in him, and I know he believes in himself still. And we'll like I said to Zach, we'll get better at how we coach the things, and we'll get better from it.
Last one.
What do you think of this Saints team coming up? Hasn't been much talk about it. What do you think of the
Yeah, I think this is and I'll speak on the defense, and that, I mean, they really, there's no doubt they have playmakers on offense, very unique playmakers with Kamara and with Hill and with Olave. I mean, I think I got a lot of respect for those guys. I think Andy Dalton is always been a good quarterback in this league, who just knows how to win. As far as the defense goes, I think this has always been a Dennis Allen coach defense has always been a good defense. So a lot of respect for Coach Allen, and then the players that they have over there, right? They have good playmakers. They have good guys along the front. Number 56. Davis has been good for a really long time. He's an outstanding player. He knows how to get his guys lined up. He runs the show over there, like so many good Mike linebackers, and that the NFL has seen. You can just see him doing those same types of things. Warner, I got a lot of respect for him. Number 20, the linebacker that plays with him. Christian Ellis's brother plays on that team. He makes a lot of plays. Number 55, Tyrann Mathieu is always, you always got to be alert for where he is on the field. I think 29's playing really good football at corner. From Stanford, he's long. He's got ability to get in and out of the breaks. He's physical. We know that about him. Again, and then you got Jordan, number 94. You got number 92. Like they got players. They got good players, and I always think highly of the scheme, and I always think highly of the way the players play too, because I know that's a sign of a well-coached team. And so it'll be a challenge. We all have to be on it to make sure that we can counter all the things that they do well.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Locker room's open.